Good morning, YouTube. This video is going to be about the great divisions that our country is experiencing right now. Not so much into the details of the division, but as to who is responsible. How did we come to this? Well, the blame for this lies squarely on Mr. Liberal. Mr. Liberal has created these problems. Now, he won't accept responsibility for his actions, but what did you expect of him? If history is any guide, every time this guy screws up, he always finds someone else to blame. And usually it's Whitey. Yes, it's always Whitey's fault, isn't it? Yes. So anyway, let's dig in, shall we? What I would like to do to highlight my point is to look at a specific example, and for that we need to look at the first hour, that 7 to 8 o'clock hour of the general election coverage. You know, when everyone assumed that Hillary Clinton was going to win and Donald Trump was going to be humiliated. On a number of networks, I kept hearing that this election would be the last battle in the culture wars. Didn't work out quite like you expected. Perhaps there are a few more battles left to be fought. But it's that phrase, culture wars, that I want to focus on. Because in Mr. Liberal's mind, that's exactly what's going on. A war for the culture of America. A war that they started. This country was built on Christian values. Values like the rule of law, equality, and taking personal responsibility. And let us not forget self-sacrifice. Now, to Mr. Liberal, for some reason, I don't know, I think they took some bad acid in the 60s or something, but for some reason in the 60s they came up with this philosophy that said that all these core beliefs were wrong and they wanted to overturn them. And then they spent the last 50 years doing just that. And it was this process of trying to undo the fundamental morals of the United States that led to this division because, well, not everyone is as stupid as Mr. Liberal. And hence the conflict. Because once Mr. Liberal realized that he could not persuade people into abandoning 5,000 years of moral traditions, that he would compel them to. Okay, and they did that through a process called gradualization, which is a chipping away, little by little by little. And with this last few years, they have come to the conclusion that they had us on the ropes. But of course, they were wrong. So, now that we know who's responsible for this division, and now that we hear Mr. Liberal crying out, how do we heal the division? Well, that's simple. Mr. Liberal, if you want to heal the divisions of this country, you will submit. You will submit to the rule of law. You will submit to our traditions. Your morality is crap. It's shit you just made up on a bad acid trip. We're going to return this country to the traditions and the morals and the values that made it great in the first place. And if you don't like it, we don't care. Because we're going to do it anyway. Because, spoiler alert, white America is tired of being sponged off of. So, we're going to cut the money off. That means you're not going to be able to buy votes from these slackers and layabouts that only crawl out from underneath their rocks, okay, when it's time to vote. Okay? We're going to cut you off, and we're going to restore this country. And although the current generations of those poor bastards that you fucked, or should I say mind fucked, we're going to take their children, we're going to raise them up right. Okay, and we're going to restore this country. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun not only just to restore the country, but to listen to you, bitch, as it happens. Anyway, God bless, and have a nice day.